This tourist liner, Carnival Sensation, is leaving the port of Miami, Florida, and taking a course for the Bahamas. Our filming group is joining this remarkable 5-day journey, and we will show you everything that will happen here. Vacationers are already heartily enjoying the journey on this comfortable liner, and its completely unlimited accommodations. They can eat, drink, and have fun, dance and sing in karaoke, attend small boutiques and play at the casino, watch musical shows in the huge, comfortable room, or sit with a book in the library if you suddenly want some quiet. On board, there is everything your heart desires. Bars and restaurants, multiple jacuzzis for adults, and a pool for kiddies under the open sky. Your own water park on the upper deck, sports center, and even a golf course. Everything here inside the ship is bright and shining, all smiling and rejoicing. The atmosphere is of coziness and comfort. But the most important thing is, of course, what we all are looking forward to. We get to visit 3 different beautiful, colorful, and unique islands. The first of which we will see the day after tomorrow.
Первый из них мы увидим уже через день.
I've been waiting for a long, long time. I can't believe it's true. It's good to be here by your side and dance along with you. Some people never will understand why I'm bursting with pride. All I know is I'm glad you're mine, and my feelings can't hide. I can't sit down and I'm spinning round, honey. Oh, look what you do to me. I'm in the mood and I'm feeling good. Oh, look what you do. It's on my face, grab me round the waist, Ronnie. Oh, look what you do to me. I'm getting seen when I hear your name. Oh, look what you do.
Yet, this isn't an ordinary journey, because not all tourists here are regular people, and some lived once another life, a life not fully belonging to them, and this life was governed by the notorious worldwide organization, Jehovah's Witnesses, the Watchtower. Despite all the allegations of the Watchtower, outside of its bounds, there is a full and joyful life for those who left the organization or were exiled and cursed for the service of the supposed God. Yes, exiles connect, laugh, dance, try exotic dishes, and enjoy the beauties of the world, and they are happy with their new kind of life. By the way, the people who are now former JW are nothing special, and they cannot be distinguished from other vacationers. At personal contact, they are kind and helpful, as attentive to the interlocutor as they're supportive of each other and happy to interact with what is now a new joy, and with new hope, their eyes turn towards peace. Only talks about their sectarian past have consistently provoked the gravity and pain in the eyes of some of our new friends. Many of them have family members and friends that remain in captivity of this organization, not to break those thin strings of connection between the hearts of those who are already free and from those who are still brainwashed by cult propaganda. They could not openly and publicly give us an interview and talk about their fate. The organization does not approve of the revelations of the X's and will invariably inflict to them their last strike, prohibiting their close ones not only to communicate with former but even to recognize them on the streets.
Watchtower, January 15th, 2013. Do not look for excuses to associate with a disfellowship family member. For example, through email.
We therefore extend great respect and gratitude to those new friends who accepted our request for an interview, and again to talk about the colossal problem of existence of this cult of worship.
I'm Andrea, and I was a third-generation Jehovah's Witness. I've been out for about 3 or 4 years, and I was in it my whole life, so about 30 or 31 years. My life since I've left the organization, it feels like I can love other people, and I don't have to worry about if they're a Jehovah's Witness. I can just love them because we have lots in common, or just because they're another human, and I don't have to believe the same thing to love people. And even if people don't agree with me, then I can still love them, and I don't have to shun them, I don't have to hurt them. We can all be friends, and we can all show love to each other no matter what we believe. Don't be scared, and it's more important to research and know the truth, and actually, instead of just being fed something, it's more important to know truth than just to take something. Truth is more important than unity. We're told it's important to be united. Well, not if what you're united in is a lie. So do your research, and if you feel something's not right, and if you feel like shunning your kids is unnatural and it's wrong, then there is something wrong, and you have to stop and listen to what your feelings are. I just want to say to everybody, before I woke up completely, we had one of the first steps we took is we recognized it was wrong to shun people that we loved, and we stopped. And at first we were very secretive about it. We didn't want anybody to see us associating with people who were disfellowshipped, so we would do it very quietly. But then at a certain point I realized, this is what I know is right, to show love and to not shun people, because Jesus would never shun people. So I know I'm not the only one, and I know there's lots of people who don't shun and who ignore the shunning rule. And what I want to say is be brave and keep doing that, because peer pressure is strong. If people see you talking to your kids or your brother or your sister or your friends, then they're going to say, why can they talk to them and I can't talk to my friends? So if you set the right example and you have the positive peer pressure not to shun, then you can make a difference, and you can help people and show love and embrace people.
What we gonna do right here is go back, way back into time.
The man of today, as sweet as a rose. Just check him out from head to toes. See how they walk, see how they twist. Tell me, what can you do when you just can't resist? Who ain't looking good, good looking? Who ain't looking sweet, sweet looking? Who ain't looking nice in front, looking nice from behind?
My letter was read, I believe, on December the 9th, 1990. So that would be 26 years and a bit. I was fourth generation. My great-grandmother was the one that started going to the Sandusky, Ohio, the Cedar Point assemblies. What I want to say to the ones that are still in the truth is that do your research. Don't listen to them up at the governing body when they tell you that it's all apostate lies. They're credible news services. Listen to the Australian Royal Commission. Listen to Candace Conti. Listen to the news agencies. They really are telling you the truth. There is the two-witness rule. There are all these stories. And do your research. The dates are wrong. You need to research. That's my big thing. Research. They'll tell you no, just go to the JW books. No, sorry, they're wrong. But then when you find the research and you find out and you believe, you change your beliefs, we're here for you. Do a Facebook search for ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. Find meetup groups in your local area. You don't have to tell us your real name. We don't care. We just care that you have the support, that you have what you need to help you through the transition, because you're going to lose your family. You're going to lose your friends. We have people who have lost spouses. They lose their kids. It's terrible. But there are ones who have been through it, and we're here to help you. I have family still in, and they're going to see this, and then I'll be out hugely as an apostate. But if you decide that you don't want to live your life that way anymore and that you really want to, be truthful to yourself and feel something other than the conditional love that you've been force-fed all this time, we're here for you, and I'll be there for you.
My name is Joanne Williams, and I'm from the Petaluma congregation, California. And I was born in, and I woke up about 3 years ago when I was 60 years old. I would like to say to people that the truth never changes. And when you have that intuition or something that doesn't seem right, that distance doesn't sound right, investigate. Because freedom is wonderful. There's nothing more wonderful than to go do what you want to do and be happy and make your decisions. So since I've left Watchtower, I have to say that my clients and neighbors and friends have been wonderful to me. They have been there. They all said they prayed for me. They're there to do anything for me to live my life. They're just like, you've missed out on so much, Joanne. I mean, people would bring me my first, they brought me Christmas presents, been a Christmas tree, because I didn't know how to celebrate any of that or do any of that kind of stuff, even though I'm not really involved now. But they're like, you don't even know how to live, Joanne. It's like, I didn't know how to go to a party of people who were not Jehovah's Witnesses. And it's been a blast. I have been embraced by everyone. And that's what I say to you is we are all here for you. When you decide to wake up and take your step forward, you have a huge subculture of people who have voluntarily left the organization or who have been excommunicated or whatever. We're here for you because there's a huge, massive group that's growing. We're here to help you go live your life. My main thing, from what I've heard about Russia, is that we've been under the mind control, how other governments, they're always trying to squelch God's organization, preaching the good news. But what is their good news? It's not good news because they're trying to keep people divided. And so the government is doing something right now because they realize that it is a cult and they're controlling people. They're telling lies. They're keeping people from understanding what's really going on. And so it's a good thing that the government is putting a stop to it, because maybe that will make people stop and think, what could be going wrong here? Because all of us who have been in the organization from birth on, we don't know anything different. We absolutely know nothing different because we've been focused on only to obey what the organization tells you. But that's not true, because we've had all this other things out here that we had no idea that's been going on that we need to find out, because the Jehovah's Witnesses were part, as we found out, of the United Nations for years that I had no idea. And when you start finding things like books about crisis of conscience, of the things that went on in Malawi and what was happening at the same time in Mexico, that was an outright lie. The lies of scriptures that be tweaked and taken out of context about scriptures that we were forced to believe in, that was absolute lies about the blood transfusion, that how many of our brothers and sisters and young kids have died needlessly because of this stupid blood transfusion idea. It's disgusting. So yeah, there needs to be put a stop to, and I hope other countries follow suit.
I was born into the organization. I was raised in the organization. And, just like everybody else, they have their story. I went through quite a bit growing up in the organization. When I first came out, I came out really hardcore into the activism, and I started a few Facebook pages. One was ExJW, Real Understanding for PTSD, Anxiety, and Depression, because I got diagnosed with bipolar and PTSD, largely because of what I went through in the organization. And the group just kind of blew up. It's like about 1,500 members now. And I was in, several groups like ExJW Recovery 3, which is the biggest group. It's like 10,000 people. Then I started another group for my activism called JW Cult Free Network, and a YouTube channel where if anybody looks it up on YouTube, JW Cult Free Network, I was able to interview quite a few Jehovah's Witnesses. And so there's just a lot of people that are just really in pain, that feel like they're fish out of water, like there's no support, that there's no... And what I was doing, I just kind of felt like I was helping people to vent and get out their pain when they were doing their interviews and stuff. But, there was not enough positivity or not enough, upbuilding things that were going on. So I decided, let me try to make meetups in person. So I started doing a few meetups in New York, and they started getting, getting support, and then I decided, why don't we just try to do a vacation cruise? And the problem is a lot of people are making connections with people in different states, in different countries, so it's hard to get that community going where you feel like you have that one-on-one support. So I thought of, if we do a cruise, everybody could kind of make their own arrangements, and just kind of, just meet on the cruise ship. And so when I threw that idea out there in all the groups that I'm in and the groups that everybody else is in, all kind of people just started volunteering, wanting to help, so I just kind of like spoke about it, but other people actually did the footwork. Patricia Chumi Buford, she got in hold of the travel agency, and just, we got, for the first one, we got a lot of good turnout, and, it's been just a blast. It's just been really, really positive, and, everybody really had a good time. So we're going to try to keep doing this.
Мне хотелось бы сейчас озвучить.
I would like to submit to my own opinion on the matter at this moment. This organization is still strong, as the entire civilized world is tied in its network. But one comparison comes to mind. Ouroboros, the serpent coagulated in the ring and biting its own tail, is one of the oldest symbols known to mankind. In ancient Egypt, for example, it remained as guard of the underworld. In the text of the Old Testament, the serpent itself symbolizes Satan and evil in general. Its latest iteration of orthodox analytical psychology, the archetype of the Ouroboros symbolizes fertility and creative potency simultaneously with darkness and self-destruction. So, the organization is well on its way to its own destruction. Why? Everything is simple, an empire founded on lies. In no way can hope for eternal survival. Scandals, corruption, and widespread lies will not be able to provide the watchtower with prolonged existence in exactly the same way as a bunch of incurable diseases doom a living organism to death. Oh well, something ends, something begins. Time does not stand still. Free yourself from the pseudo-religious bondage. Start to live again, happily and freely. Awake to reality.
I love to be here. I feel like we all just met each other, but we were friends on Facebook, but we all just met, but it feels like we've known each other forever. It feels like we've always been friends because we understand each other. We speak the same language. With other people, we try and we go blend in, and we are successful and we have good lives. But I personally always feel like an alien a little bit. I always feel like people don't understand me, and these people understand me.
I love it. I've been traveling around and meeting ExJWs in Florida and some throughout the United States a little bit. I really love meeting because we have this connection. As soon as we meet someone, you're just like, that they live through the same things you live through, and they have the same experiences, and it just is a bond. We feel a love for each other.
It has been wonderful to meet more new ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, because we are like kindred spirits. We are family because we understand one another, and we can talk about anything because we understand. And whatever your problem is, we've got a sister or a brother there that's just been there. And since I've been out of the organization, I have met more wonderful people that have been out of the organization for years that I had no idea. And I always heard that there was a huge subculture of ex-Jehovah's Witnesses that had been disfellowshipped, and I'm finding them, and it's been wonderful to find them.
What I loved about the cruise is everybody got together and just had a blast. We had a good time. Nobody was judgmental, and we just really just partied hard, had a good time. We met people from all over the world. People came together, and so we're all going to try to work together and just try to keep things positive. I've fallen into that. Just enjoy their life. Life is too short, so just got to get out there and enjoy your life. So the paradise is here. We were in paradise. This trip.